Hello and welcome back to Suspended Fanimation. I'm your host, Dennis Bithoulkas, and it's time for another episode of your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. This time it's season 1, episodes 6, 7, and 8, which is Duel with the Devil, Scorpion Rising, and Tangled Web. Welcome, everybody. Let me take care of some business first, and we'll get down to it. If you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, sorry, the dog's fucking around over here. That's what you're hearing in the background if you hear anything. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the videos that pop up at the end here. YouTube takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match them as best as possible to one of the videos in my vast video library and pops it up there just for you. And if you want to know when I'm going to be on live again next, you can go over to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule I have up there. I change it every week. Also, I have all the links to my social media there and all the links to my pages as well. Yes, Pepper, my dog, is getting a little rambunctious over on the side there. So, hey, Marks, how's it going? Haven't seen you in a while. So, as I've said before, I'm really liking this series. This series is actually really good. Love the art style of it, the animation style. Now I'm starting to calm down about it a bit more, so I'm getting used to it. So I can roll with it. And but I really like the storylines. I like how they change things up a bit. And in this first episode, or the episode 6, I should say, Duel with the Devil, we get Daredevil that comes in, and Daredevil breaking into Norman Osborn's office, and he and Spidey, of course, have a little tangling going on because Norman calls Pete in to take a look to see what's going on there, and Daredevil kind of warns him and says, "Hey, maybe you should look into Norman a little bit further because he's not exactly what he seems to be." And Norman, of course, talking to Ross at a fundraiser, Thaddeus Ross, which seems to be a kind of a theme this week, obviously, about the Sokovia Accords and how he has Spider-Man, and he's actually put the name of one of his guards as Spider-Man's secret identity, which is interesting because how can you have a someone who's under 18 years old? So this is also what kind of brings about this whole thing is can you have someone who is under the legal age sign a Sokovia Accord kind of thing, a superhero registration act, if you will. They haven't really kind of mentioned anything about that, but it'll be interesting to see what happens here. Um, but we also see what's going on with Lonnie, and Lonnie dropping out of school, kind of, and getting kicked off the team. Um, yeah, and his life kind of spiraling down because of the whole gang thing that's going on too. And of course, the Scorpions moving in, and Gargan he ends up, of course, becoming the Scorpion. He goes to Otto Octavius and dons a Scorpion suit there, and fucks up Peter pretty badly in episode 7. So yeah, Scorpion Rising. And we also have Otto Octavius, of course, getting captured at some point in time here. And his capture does not come easily. We have to have Iron Man actually come in and capture his ass because yeah, his that whole scene with him taking down I guess it's Shield. I don't know exactly. I think it's more military. I don't know if this world actually has a shield or not. But that was pretty brutal where he's just unleashing some of his weapons on these military people and taking them out down by one by one, and basically Iron Man needs to show up in order to get him to fall into line. So yeah, and at the very end there, because of course Scorpion almost kills Peter, like I said before here. Peter saves Lonnie and Pearl from Scorpion, as Scorpion goes in and tries to take down the 10-1, I believe is what it is. The gang, the follows them to their headquarters to basically just take out their entire headquarters. And Spider-Man, of course, comes in and gets his ass handed to him. Um, Yeah, and I mean, we also see that Norman is not being so altruistic either. He has been using Spider-Man's I guess he's mining the data that Spider-Man is giving him, when he's using the suits. We see that he is actually monitoring everything so he can use it for his own research. And as part of this, he we see a goblin glider that comes and picks up Peter and saves him. Um, but whether or not this Norman Osborn is going to use it for good or bad, we still don't know in all of this. And then also we have Harry Osborn and Nico getting to know each other as well. And that was actually kind of fun. I mean, quite honestly, the whole going back and forth on that one, that was so. Are they going to end up being a couple, or we don't know? I mean, where this is all at. Um, he didn't turn off marketing cookies. Yes, Marks, that's true. He did not turn off the marketing cookies when he got the suit. Also, he didn't turn off the personal data gathering either. He forgot to deny that portion of the cookies. Um, so yeah, at the end of all of this, in episode 8, Tangled Web, Norman pretty much is telling Peter, he goes, "You're holding back," and he goes, "If you're holding back, then basically you're going to get your ass kicked every single time, and you can't do that." Um, and he kind of perverts the old, "With great power comes great responsibility" line. Norman says, "With great power comes great respect," and it kind of takes Harry to pull Peter's head out of his ass and say, "No, you do what you need to do. Spider-Man helps people. That's what he does." And he goes, "Here." He goes, "This is what I've given you." He ends up building, Peter the suit that he designed, that Peter designed, the one that we all know and love, of course, the red and blue suit, and that's where we leave off on this episode. We only have 2 episodes left in this season, and of course, we're gonna get them next week, next Wednesday. Um, I'm glad this series has been greenlit for a season 2, and I believe a season 3 already as well. It's a really, really, really well-written series, well voice acted. Um, it's got a lot going on for it. I mean, even the little cameos, like having Daredevil come in, who, by the way, was voiced by Charlie Cox too, which is just kind of icing on a cherry on top. It really was. They are doing a great job of making this feel like the comic books, I should say, like the early comics, where he is juggling too much. You got to remember, he's a 15-year-old kid here, and he's juggling all this stuff as well as an internship. And we see how smart he is because, Professor Connors helps him, or Dr. Connors, I should say, helps him. Actuate his theory that he has, and they build this machine that actually works. And we see that he is actually doing work on top of all this other stuff. And I like that they're showing all of this within this series. It's a really hard juggling act to do. And again, I've said this before, I'll say it again. Without writing, without the art, without everything coming together, you're not going to have a good series out of this. And that's what this is doing. This is firing on all cylinders. Quite honestly, this is really, really good stuff. So yeah, definitely you should be watching this. Um, and it's a lot of fun. I mean, Spider-Man's quips, Peter's quips, um, it feels like Spider-Man. It really does. And yes, I know there are haters out there that are, they well, for whatever reasons, racial reasons, all this kind of whatever. Fuck you. Quite honestly, it's not that much of a different take on Spider-Man. Quite honestly, it really isn't. And yeah, you're just denying yourself the pleasure of a good story, quite honestly. So definitely go out and watch this if you haven't watched it. good stuff. It really is, and I'm looking forward to the final 2 episodes, and then hopefully we don't have a long wait before season 2 shows up. I hope we don't have a year wait on that one because that would kind of suck, quite honestly. Good stuff. So what else do I have going on for the rest of this week? Well, tomorrow I'm going to be doing Invincible season 3, episodes 1 through 4. I know I skipped last week. I was going to do episodes 1 through 3, but I'm going to do episodes 1 through 4. And then on Sunday, I'll be doing another Is It Worth My Time? And this time around, it'll be The Witcher, Sirens of the Deep, which is an animated movie on Netflix. I'll be talking about that. Exactly, Morks. Check the schedule. So, speaking of which, if you go over to suspendedfanimation.com, take a look at the schedule I have there. It changes out every week. I change it out every week. Also, I have all the links to my social media there and all the links to my pages as well. I also have down below there the future stuff that's coming up, like The Last of Us season 2 is going to be happening in April. That's all we know about that. It's happening in April. We don't have an exact release date as of yet, but that's where it's coming back. But a good majority of TV shows, movies, things like that that I'm interested in and that other people might be interested in are on there. So take a look at that there. And yes, exactly like Marks is saying there in the chat. If you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe. Is that way? Yeah, I don't know which way it is, quite honestly. Also, if you're on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up in the very end here. There's videos there and a video there. YouTube takes the algorithm of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible to one of the videos in my vast video library. It's over 1,000 videos. So hopefully it'll find something there that you like. And if you like what you see there, hit that subscribe button if you can. That'd be great. I'm not in this for the likes. I'm not in this for the followers, anything like that, or the money or anything like that. Quite honestly, I just like talking about this shit. So that's why I'm here, is I like talking about this. So yeah, there we go. And sorry, my camera keeps trying to refocus. I think it's because I keep moving back and forth a little bit and a little bit funky there. But yeah. So thank you, everyone. Thank you to everyone who joined me today in the chat. I know Mark's been more vocal, but I see another person there. And thank you to you people out there, or wherever you are, for watching the video. And hopefully you will comment down below if you want to see some more stuff. And I will see you again tomorrow for Invincible. Until then, don't let that if I can actually speak, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Otherwise, you may end up getting a little bit overmatched by a villain and holding back and getting your ass kicked. And that's not always a good thing. But sometimes it's needed in order to bring out the best. Thanks, everyone. I will see you again tomorrow. Until then, stay safe, be well, take care, and stay safe out there, everyone. Thanks. I will see you again tomorrow. Have a good rest of your night. Good night, everyone.